که رژیم صهیونیستی اشتباه بزرگی کرد، خطای بزرگی کرد.
Iran claims control over Israeli airspace amid rising tensions. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, of Iran has claimed to have gained control over Israeli airspace. According to Iran's semi-official Mehr news agency on Wednesday, June 18th, this declaration came in response to what it called Israeli aggression on Iranian soil earlier that morning. In a statement, the IRGC announced that it had launched missiles at Israeli-occupied territories using its first-generation Bada hypersonic missiles, which successfully breached Israel's advanced air defense systems. The IRGC claimed, "Tonight's missile strike proves that we have established full control over the airspace of the occupied territories." Even Israeli civilians are now entirely exposed to Iranian attacks. While the statement provided no further details, Israeli media reported that the missile strikes sparked a fire in a parking lot in Tel Aviv. Due to strict censorship in Israel, it remains unclear whether any strategic facilities were hit. This bold claim comes at a time when former U.S. President Donald Trump stated, "Iranian airspace is now completely under control and the country should surrender unconditionally." Iranian military warns of imminent retaliation. In a separate video message, Chief of Staff of Iran's Armed Forces Major General Abdolrahim Mousavi declared that Iran is preparing to launch punitive operations against the Israeli regime. Speaking Tuesday night, June 17th, he emphasized that all previous counterattacks were merely warnings and defensive in nature, but the real offensive is yet to begin. "What we've done so far were just warnings. The era of retaliation is coming," Mousavi said, issuing a stern warning to residents of Tel Aviv and Haifa to evacuate for their safety and avoid becoming victims of Netanyahu's animalistic ambitions. He reiterated that Iran has never bowed to aggression and will now deliver appropriate punishment for Israel's crimes. The IRGC's aerospace force, air defense units, army, police, and intelligence ministry are reportedly working in unison to strike strategic and high-value targets in Israel. Since June 13th, Iran has reportedly launched several waves of missile attacks in response to Israeli provocations, targeting Israeli military sites. Iranian casualties and global reactions. Iran claims that Israeli provocative attacks targeted its nuclear facilities, military bases, and residential zones, resulting in the deaths of several high-ranking military commanders, nuclear scientists, and civilians, including 45 women and children. In response, U.S. lawmakers have taken a firm stance to restrain Donald Trump from unilaterally launching military action against Iran without congressional approval. The push comes amid escalating Middle East tensions, with the U.S. deploying additional aircraft such as F-16s, F-22s, and F-35s to the region. U.S. internal debate over war powers. Reports by Axios revealed that Israel recently requested direct U.S. military involvement in its operations against Iran. So far, Washington has declined. Israel maintains that Iran is on the verge of developing nuclear weapons, justifying its military actions. To date, over 220 Iranians have been killed, including military officials and nuclear scientists, while Iran's counterattacks have killed at least 20 people in Israel. The Israeli military claimed that Iran launched more than 400 ballistic missiles and hundreds of drones during these exchanges. Trump has stated that the war could end easily if Iran accepts U.S. nuclear conditions. However, Tehran has repeatedly asserted that it has no intention of building nuclear weapons and has the right to peaceful nuclear energy as a member of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, NPT. Israel is not a signatory of the NPT and is widely believed to possess nuclear weapons, although it neither confirms nor denies this. Congressional pushback against Trump's military moves. Both Republican and Democratic lawmakers have introduced bills aiming to limit the president's ability to engage militarily without congressional approval. Republican Congressman Thomas Massey submitted a bill in the House that would require Trump to seek congressional consent before any military action against Iran. Senator Tim Kaine, a Democrat from Virginia, introduced a similar resolution in the Senate, emphasizing that war is only acceptable when absolutely necessary to protect national security. Senator Bernie Sanders went further, accusing Israel of intentionally provoking Iran to derail ongoing diplomatic efforts, especially around nuclear talks. He asserted, "No country, whether Iran or another, should see American military force used without Congress's clear approval." Senator Rand Paul echoed these sentiments, declaring, "It's not our responsibility to get involved in this war." Congressman Massey wrote on X, "This is not our war." Congresswoman Ilhan Omar also weighed in on X, stating, "No one is attacking Americans. Now is the time to stop dragging Americans into this war. Israel should not be allowed to entangle America in yet another war of choice. Stand with those who speak for peace. Don't sacrifice another generation to an expensive conflict." Stay with us for further updates.